Okay, I see some people.
Yeah, no.
What about guaranteed remuneration? One person. Okay, guaranteed bonus. I'm raising both hands. That's one of my personal favorites. Guaranteed success in life. Who loves that? One person, 3 people. Guaranteed success in business. Okay, I see we have a lot of people. If you love a guarantee, then today you are going to think that I am Mother Christmas because I am going to be giving you a guarantee, and I guarantee you'll thank me later. But before I do, I want to ask you a question. Answer it for yourself, to yourself. Are you actively working on your financial needs? Are you busy building your financial empire? Because here's the guarantee. If you're not actively working on your financial dreams, then somebody is going to hire you to work on their financial dreams. If you're not busy building your financial empire, then somebody is going to enslave you to build their empire. Guaranteed. You see, whilst you're waiting for the perfect time, whilst you're waiting for the right environment, the right government, whilst you are waiting for lightning to strike you, you don't know what you're waiting for actually, whilst you are scrolling social media, maybe whilst you are sleeping, someone is actively, aggressively, adamantly working on their financial dreams. And if you don't wake up, you are going to call that person boss. Guaranteed. Are you actively working on building your financial empire? If you're not active, aggressive, adamant, then you know what? Someone else, like the likes of Kamukelo, someone else is. Think about that. Just take that in. Someone else is. Whilst you think about that, I'd like to share a story with you. Does anyone in the room not know Jeff Bezos? You know, the founder of Amazon, Forbes rich lister, billionaire, that guy who went to space the other day. Jeff Bezos. If you've ever used Amazon, that's his baby. If you want to know 60-year-old who goes to space, that's him. Number 2 on the Forbes rich list. He was number 1 for a long time. Here's something that some people may not know about Jeffrey and Amazon. In 2018, Amazon used to pay its workers $8 per hour. So the trick here is not to convert. Don't take $8 multiplied by today's exchange rate of 15 and think 120 Rand per hour is decent. That adds up to more than 40,000 Rand a month. Don't think that. Because in the US, the expenses are also in dollars. So what cost you 100 Rand here will cost you 450. So the trick here is not to convert. If you hear $8 per hour, think 8 Rand per hour. That's a good frame of reference. In 2018, Amazon used to pay its workers $8 per hour, and there were massive protests, people demanding that Amazon pay $15 per hour. I watched the protests in the beginning, and I started noticing a very fascinating trend. You know the people leading the protests, the people in front, they all have the same profile. Let's call one of these persons John. John is a 33-year-old Amazon worker, and he was spearheading the protest, demanding $15, that's a fair wage. John, in one of these things, whips out his phone and he tweets, I don't even know why I'm working for Amazon, and that has likes from here to Kingdom Come, people are retweeting it. Now, John, like any good millennial, has his life all over social media. He tells you every single detail of his life every day. I built a profile of John from his social media, and I was able to determine a month in the life of John. Here's a month in the life of John. John wakes up to go shop the 9 to 5 at the Amazon warehouse. He's one of those people that stack pallets. 3 nights a week, he goes for drinks with friends, with colleagues, with potential girlfriends. He gets home, showers, eats, that's about an hour. And then he spends about 3 to 4 hours watching Netflix. And then he is promptly in bed by 1 o'clock so that he can wake up for 9 to 5. 2 weekends a month, John watches series, binge watches series. You know, you can't do without that. 2 weekends a month. The other 2 weekends, he's out with his friends, they will have barbecue, but usually he's just chilling, or whatever they call chilling. But that's a month in the life of John, 33. Jeff Bezos started with the idea for Amazon when he was 23. When Jeff Bezos was 27, he was relentlessly working on this idea. He was looking as to the markets, researching. He didn't watch the things that you now watch on Amazon. He was busy building his business. When he looked at jobs, he looked at how they were going to equip him to run his own business. Remember that tweet, I don't even know why I work for Amazon. Here's the answer. Jeff was actively, aggressively, adamantly working on his financial. John doesn't actually even have a dream. When you ask him what the dream is, the reporters were putting it out there, and he's like, we want to earn $15 per hour. He's not working on what he doesn't have. What is the rational, logical conclusion?
Don't be a John.
Jeff? No, don't be a John, because what's going to happen? Jeff is going to hire John to work on Amazon. You see, right now, they are juniors. People who are junior to you. Remember, John was 33, Jeff was 27. There are people who are coming up under you, who are juniors, huh? And they are working. You see, whilst you're busy watching Netflix, whilst you're busy watching Showmax, whilst you are busy on social media, looking at your phone, scrolling, whilst you are distracted, your junior is focused. They are actively, aggressively, adamantly working on their financial goal. And you know what? If you're not careful, one day you are going to call your junior boss. Sir, man, guaranteed. Think about that day and how you feel. And is it worth being distracted and scrolling on social media? Just think about it. And I know some people are already saying here, but you know what? I don't know how to get started. I don't have an idea. The time is not right. There's so much competition. I call that suite of excuses waiting for lightning to strike. Because you know, lightning strikes you, then all of a sudden light bulb moment, and then you know, then you can get going. Guys, if you look at the Forbes rich list, only 10% of those entrepreneurs did something new. Only 10%. So Elon Musk, who's the world's richest person ever in the history of ever, he did something completely new with Tesla and SpaceX. Mark Zuckerberg did something completely new with Facebook. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon. Guys, do you know that Amazon is one massive logistics company? That's all Amazon is. Amazon is nothing new. What he did was take the ordinary and execute it in an extraordinary way. It's what Kamala was saying. You buy stocks for 10 rand, you sell them at 20. You can become a billionaire. But no, that's not sexy. You want the idea that you're going to tell people, I do whatever it is that we can't pronounce. You don't want to tell people use our socks. And yet that's how people get on the Forbes rich list. Basics. Basics. You're waiting for this idea to hit you. And you're not doing the basics. Just the basics. Buy low, sell high. Render services better than anybody else. This idea, this lightning strike, is not going to come. And you know what? The people you chill with, people in this room, or even your colleagues, you know those ones that you used to sit on the open panel, those ones. One of those people is busy doing the ordinary in an extraordinary way. You chill with them, go to the chisanyama with them, you work with them, you think they are like you. But what they are doing is the ordinary in an extraordinary way. They are building a financial empire. And you know what's going to happen? If you don't get into shape, one day you're going to call your colleague, Mata told me, that one that you were chilling with, boss. One day you'll be in the interview begging them for a job, asking them for fair remuneration, when you guys were sitting there as buddies. The ordinary in an extraordinary way. That's what your friend is doing. And one day you are going to call him boss. Guaranteed. Think about that. Think how you feel when you guys were busy all together here, team squad, and he's bossing you. She's bossing you. The other thing that comes to mind when people think, okay, no, I will get started, is that I don't have resources. I don't have capital. How many of you have ever said, I don't have capital, I don't have money to start? Show of hands. No, you're in good company. You're in good company. So many people say they don't have resources. Capital is number one. The other one is that people don't have networks. Guys, people do business with who they know. You don't have the networks, you don't have the contacts, you don't have the capital, you don't have the knowledge or experience. Those are all legitimate excuses.